Good morning. Malai Murasu, 50 minutes news in English. Headlines for the day. Trump announces India trade deal. Cuts tariff of 18% after call with PM Modi. Modi's big thanks to Trump after tariff cut. Hails Trump's leadership. TVK will unseat DMK in election, says Vijay. Takes a dig at AIADMK BJP alliance. High Court issues notice to Election Commission on Ramadas plea of mango symbol. T20 World Cup, former ICC president says Pakistan unlikely to face sanctions over India boycott. News in detail. Trump announces India trade deal, cuts tariff to 18% after call with PM Modi. In a major breakthrough in bilateral relations, US President Donald Trump announced a new trade deal with India that cuts the reciprocal tariff on Indian goods from 25% to 18%. Trump made the announcement shortly after speaking with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, describing his decision as a gesture of friendship and respect. According to Trump post on Truth Social, the reduced tariff will take effect immediately and follows discussions aimed at resolving long-standing trade disputes between the two countries. Prime Minister Modi welcomed the move, thanking Trump on social media and saying that made in India products will now benefit from the lower tariff on exports to the United States. The announcement comes amid broader negotiation over trade and energy, including Trump comments that India would reduce its purchases of Russian oil in favor of US and other sources, a condition he likened to global geopolitical developments, including the war in Ukraine. The tariff cut is expected to ease tensions that had escalated in recent months over steep duties on Indian exports. Modi's big thanks to Trump after tariff cut hails Trump's leadership. Prime Minister Narendra Modi warmly welcomed the United States decision to reduce reciprocal tariff on Indian goods to 18%, thanking US President Donald Trump for the move that is expected to boost bilateral trade and benefit Indian exports. In a post on social media platform X, Mr. Modi said it was wonderful to speak with my dear friend President Trump and expressed that he was delighted that made in India products will now have a reduced tariff of 18%. He extended his gratitude on behalf of the 1.4 billion people of India for the announcement. The Prime Minister described the development as a major boost for bilateral trade and cooperation, asserting that when the world's two largest democracies work together, it unlocks immense opportunities for mutually beneficial cooperation and delivers tangible benefits to the people. Modi also praised President Trump's leadership, saying it was vital for global peace, stability and prosperity, and underlined India's eagerness to further strengthen the partnership. TVK will unseat DMK in election, says Vijay. Take a dig at AIADMK BJP alliance. Tamil Nadu President and actor Vijay asserted that his party alone is capable of defeating the ruling Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam in a upcoming 2026 Tamil Nadu election, dismissing the opposition AIADMK as little more than an appendage of Bharatiya Janata Party. Addressing party worker at TVK anniversary event at the headquarters in Panayur, Vijay characterized the political mood in the state as shifting decisively in favor of his fledgling party. He claimed that other political formations lacked the mass support and credibility to unseat the DMK government. Calling TVK the top engine of the Tamil Nadu politics, Vijay drew historical parallels with the emergence of earlier political movements that were initially ridiculed before gaining wide acceptance. He emphasized that the party's growth reflects public dissatisfaction with the current political order. In a sharp critique of the main opposition, Vijay described the AIADMK led bloc as effectively dominated by the BJP, arguing that no matter how it was presented, the alliance was led by the National Party. High Court issues notice to Election Commission on Ramadas plea for mango symbol. The Madras High Court has issued a notice to the Election Commission of India on a petition filed by Dr. S. Ramadas, founder of the Patali Makkal Katchi, challenging the poll body's communication allotting the party's traditional mango election symbol to a faction led by his son Anbumani Ramadas. In his petition, Ramadas argued that the letter from the Election Commission was wrongly addressed to Anbumani's agent and sought to quash that communication and direct the poll panel to send the symbol related notice to his authorized representative instead. He also claimed that Anbumani's term as party president had expired in May 2025 and alleged that forged documents forged documents were submitted to the ECI to suggest otherwise. A division bench of the High Court, comprising Chief Justice M. Srivastava and Justice G. Arul Murugan, has given the Election Commission 3 weeks to file its counter affidavit in the case, which is part of an ongoing dispute within the PMK over party leadership and control ahead of upcoming elections. Meanwhile, the court refused a request to add Anbumani Ramadas as a party to the proceedings, noticing that he had not been formally included in the petition. Government misusing rules to silence LOP Congress leader Kharge. The Congress on Monday alleged that the Modi government heckled the leader of opposition Rahul Gandhi to stop him from speaking in the Lok Sabha on the India-China border conflict of 2020 from former Army Chief Manoj Narawane's memories, as it was afraid that the truth of its incompetence would be exposed. Congress President Mallikarjuna Kharge said that Rahul Gandhi raised an important issue of national security in Parliament, but the Modi government is avoiding a discussion on it. The ideological foundation of the RSS BJP itself rests on concealing facts, which is precisely why this crowdly Modi government is dodging answers on serious questions of national security in Parliament as if someone has touched its most painful nerve, he said in a post on X in Hindi. What exactly is written in the former army chief's book that has the big shot ministers of the Modi government so rattled? Who is stopping his book from being published? The entire country knows that the BJP nationalism is fake. They make grand speeches about patriotism, yet after the supreme sacrifice of 20 soldiers in Galwan in 2020, Modi ji himself hands over China a clean sheet. Instead, isn't this the truth? Kharge said. T20 World Cup former ICC president says Pakistan unlikely to face sanction over India boycott. Former ICC President Ishan Mani has said that Pakistan is unlikely to be sanctioned by the International Cricket Council for boycotting its T20 World Cup 2026 match against India, as the decision was taken following government directives and not independently by the Pakistan Cricket Board. However, Mani cautioned that the situation could still evolve, noticing that the ICC response would depend on tournament regulations and diplomatic developments. He added that while President suggests leniency in politically driven decision, prolonged uncertainty could pose challenges for the smooth conduct of the global event. Hazelwood set to miss early part of T20 World Cup. Australian fast bowler Josh Hazelwood was not travel with the squad for the early part of its T20 World Cup matches in Sri Lanka as it continues its rehabilitation after recovering from an injury here, national selector Tony Dodmede said on Monday. The trio of Nathaniel, Tim David and Glenn Maxwell, however, have reached Colombo and will be join the Australian squad on Tuesday for the upcoming ICC T20 showpiece. Australia will play their four preliminary games in Colombo and Palakley starting February 11 against Ireland. Hazelwood will remain in Sydney during the early part of the tournament, which begins on February 7 to continue his return to play program. Seen Abbott has joined the touring part of the travelling reserve.